Welcome to the video. If you're new, go ahead and like, subscribe. If you're old, thank you for coming into the video. But today we're going to do a review. It's been a long anticipated review, so we're finally getting to it. I've been kind of slacking. This is the first video of the year, and I only thought it was right to review the AirPod Maxes, especially because the price point it is. These do have to be my favorite headphones, of course, but in this video, we're gonna go over design, sound, and ecosystem. I think those are the three main things that makes you wanna purchase these at all. Design and sound, those are things that people really may not know, and that's what we're here to kind of get the point across about why Apple would make a headphone like this and who is it for. If that sounds interesting to you, stick into the video. And also, if you do like this video, y'all leave enough thumbs up and comments, we will end up doing the AirPod 3 review, and we'll probably do these versus the AirPod Pros. Here we go. We are with the Maxes. So whenever you open the box of the Maxes, you really just get the headphones, and they're wrapped up in some nice plastic and everything, but mainly you get the headphones, and you also get this case right here. So I'm going to start off with talking about the case because I feel like this is a very controversial thing about these headphones. They fit in there very nicely. Honestly, there's a nice amount of protection because the only thing you're going to scratch up is the cups. There's really no other place you could scratch up. This is all rubber, so if you do scratch that, then shit, it's kind of like damn. This is a mesh type material, very flexible. I haven't had any issues with it. You can see from here, it's starting to have like a little wear and tear, like a push down. Actually, I guess you could say that's from me just pushing it down a minute ago. So I guess it actually is kind of flexible, very flexible. The case is supposed to put the AirPod Maxes inside like a low power mode so they don't drain as much battery. Me personally, I've just charged them up and they'll last a day. Just off of just leaving them out. I really never cared about charging them up because you can just literally set it on charger for 15 minutes and you'll probably get half percentage. If I was going somewhere, yeah, but it's really kind of useless besides that because you can't even fold these down. So why would I put it in a case that's going to keep it to its original size? So that's the case. We don't care about the case. Let's get to the design of the headphones. I just want people to understand that these are probably the best headphones you will ever touch, feel on your hair. The fact that these are fully aluminum housings right here, these cups, these are fully aluminum. I used to listen to Beat Studios and man, you literally can tell the difference because of the material that they use in the housing for the drivers and all that. You know, the vibrations, you get zero vibrations out of these. Whenever I had studios and I cranked them all the way up, they would get muddy. They would get, you literally can hear sometimes like the tweeter or whatever you want to call it vibrate, which is kind of weird. I have not yet had these problems with these pair of headphones, and I use these every day. I use them as a gym headphone, which a lot of people did not recommend, but they work out perfectly in a gym. Let's talk about the functionality these headphones do have, what they bring to the table. So right here is how you tune your sound mode. You get transparency, you get off, and then you also get noise cancellation. Noise cancellation on these are next level, but we'll talk about that. Right here you get a dial, which you can play, pause, skip, and also access Siri, but you can also do the hey thing with her and they'll do the same thing. It's a crown, so you kind of get to adjust it just like on the Apple Watch, like the little crown right here. It's the same thing. You get to adjust it, very smooth. I think this was perfect that they added this, and just perfect design and functionality just wise. It added both of those things, which is why these headphones are doing so well for me. It adds functionality and design in one package. It's not just like one thing. You're not compromising. But right here you can see that they use some type of hinge, like a ball joint hinge, that really flexes pretty well no matter what angle it's given. So you can literally go all the way here and still get that movement, which is pretty well. I've never had no problems with fitment on my head, and they literally slide perfect every time. Look at it. Every time. And these are a year old, and it did that very just smooth. This is all rubber right here, so it never feels harsh on the head or nothing. I never really had no issue with this band. So this part right here is mesh, but it will weigh down your hair. Like I got here, it weighs it down sometimes, but that's what comes with wearing headphones in general. So next cool thing about these headphones is you can remove the cups. So the cups are removable, fully removable. These tilt a whole 90 degrees. Cool. You want to look inside of them. This is how they look inside. This is the only part that uses some type of plastic, this part right here, but it's still not like a cheap plastic. It's a very premium plastic. They don't really get that much dirt around the edges, but when they do, just wipe them off or whatever. Here's a sensor right here to detect if your ears are inside the cup, so it can automatically turn off the music. That's pretty much it about the headphones or the hardware wise. I really like them about that. And they have 1,000 speakers on them, or 1,000 microphones on them. Speakers are like little HomePods, but the microphones are literally everywhere on these headphones. You can also switch these out with any color you want. They don't just come in black. Okay, so now that we talked about design of the headphones and we've gotten through all that, they're definitely the most high-end headphones that you can get at a consumer level for Apple. Now, let's talk about the sound of these. What I've noticed is the sound is very balanced. There's not... Other headphones, it's either too high mids, too high trebles, or too muddy bass. But these have found like some type of way to just neutralize it, but also you can hear everything. It just reminds me of the HomePods that they canceled, the $300 ones. Yeah, those were literally the best speakers I've ever heard. These are the best headphones I've ever heard at this level, at this consumer level, because I know there is a higher ceiling for this $1,200, $2,100 headphones, but those people are using DACs and they're really, trying to get the best audio. They're listening to lossless, and these are over the air, AirPlay, Bluetooth. So a whole different type thing. But for what they are, man, these things deliver in the sound department. Like every time I go on a road trip, every time I go to the gym, I won't go to the gym if I don't have these sometimes. Like that's how important these are, because I feel like they're just I used to listen to music here. These brought my taste of music, or my audiophileness, I guess you could say, to this level, and you can't really bring it back down. So they gotta keep this going, hopefully, because what they did was they found out in the AirPod, not the AirPod, but the HomePod market, that nobody wants a luxury speaker that costs the arm and a leg. Sounds beautiful, but the functionality of it is only a smart speaker. These are only headphones, and they costed way more than the HomePods. So my understanding is you have to try to deliver both functionality, design, sound, all of that without any compromises. Can't be no compromises in functionality. It can't be compromises in design, and it can't be compromises in sound at this price point. This headphone literally knocked it out of the park. Design, A1. You don't know any headphone that looks like this. You could argue these do look like some 1970 headphones, but not made of full aluminum. These mesh ear cups, just for durability. I haven't had any problems with these in the seal. I have thought that one ear was louder than the other, but I'm kind of like, okay, I really don't hear it anymore. It's kind of sometimey, so Let me see if it keeps happening. But sound. What's sounding like these? Nothing sounding like these. Nothing. Not even my AirPod Pros. They probably sound 75%, 50% of these. You really get a lot of distinction between different instruments when you use these. So that's a very good plus. And also spatial audio awareness. You can do the little thing where it tracks your head and all that. And you can actually connect it to your Apple TV and use it with Adobe Atmos, which is nice, but I have HomePod, so it's kind of useless. Let's talk about the ecosystem. I think everyone who's owned a pair of AirPods in general understands what the ecosystem is. The ecosystem just allows you to connect to your Apple devices very easily without any hassle, which has been a thing for a long time. And I think that's with across all Apple products. It's not even just headphones. It's literally headphones, iPhones, iPads, keyboards, everything. Everything is easy to just connect. So I think the ecosystem was just a given with these headphones and just a plus to have. I will say that feature where iOS tries to predict which audio source you want to grab from. Like, okay, I put my headphones on and now I have my Apple TV playing, I have my iPhone on FaceTime call, and then I have my iPad on like a game or something, or watching something. Sometimes it does get confused about which audio source to grab. I would always expect it to grab the FaceTime call first. Sometimes it doesn't grab the FaceTime call. Sometimes it grabs what's on the iPad if I'm just playing a game. So I wish they could get that down, or give you an option to select what audio source do you want to make a priority when you have a certain headphone. So like if I was with my Pros and all I did was like have conversations on the cell phone with, then I probably would want it only to prioritize phone calls. So if whichever device I'm on that has some type of content playing, it doesn't matter what it's playing, whichever one's playing the phone, or whichever one is on a phone call or FaceTime call, that's the one that I should prioritize and listen to. Or whichever device I was last on is most of the time, but that's kind of tricky and kind of confusing when you have to deal with multiple devices. So I would say it's pretty good, but there's still some work that needs to be done. I've heard people say about the updates that they kind of trust them now more, like they think they're a better buy, especially at the price point that they've come down a lot. Like you probably find them for like $479. Yeah, you could probably find them for $479. So that's pretty cheap compared to paying $549. You know, that's like a little extra $50. So yeah, I'd say they're a cop. But if your pockets cannot afford the headphones, go find a way to get it done. Cause I don't think there's any other better headphones. I don't know if Apple's gonna release a number 1 or number 2 of these. Cause what happens is they find out people don't really want a premium headspace, just any audio in general, because premium audio is always a luxury. At the end of the day, it is a luxury. But I think if you want to hear music to the next level and you want to hear music how it was anticipated to be listened to, these are just a no-brainer. It makes you get closer to the music because you get to hear how the artist wanted you to listen to them. And if you haven't seen, then Kanye been rocking these like as a fashion statement. That's why I really do like these. These are not just headphones. You can somewhat make these a fashion statement. You can literally do anything with them. They push functionality, design, and audio to the next level. That's all I can tell y'all. Functionality, design, and audio, next level. Anyone tells you different, I mean, they might be a little bit biased, but I'm just saying, these are probably the best headphones I've ever seen, heard, touched, you know, shit like that. But thank you for watching this video. I hope you liked it. I hope it kind of gave you an insight on why these headphones exist and who they are for. These aren't for your normal person that goes just walking down the street, woo, woo, woo. These are for people who can actually tell what quality of music is. Like, you have to be able to actually tell from AirPods and AirPod 3s and AirPod Pros, if you can't make that distinction, I don't think these will give you the best bang for your buck, because you won't really be able to understand what advantages you're given when you're listening to these. So hope you enjoyed the video. Leave a thumbs up, comment any questions you have about the headphones, about hardware, about software, anything that you want to know that may be hindering your decision on purchasing these, because I really think anyone should purchase them if they have the money to. So thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it, and peace out. See you next time.